Welcome to the Beautiful Bow YouTube channel. And I am finally getting ready to bring you my review and first impression of the Genre Parfums fragrance house. We have a lot to cover. I know you guys have been waiting since you saw some of the photos I posted. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, we're back. So Genre Parfums is a smaller company that pretty much has a lot of its power within a Facebook group called Genre Parfums Neighborhood. I don't know how I was introduced to this particular house or brand, but I'm glad that I was. So really quick, just some background information. I placed an order and received my actual order on May 26th. It is now, I believe, June 7th. And I was blown away. So we're gonna talk about, out of the, 20 plus different fragrances that I ordered in 5 milliliter samples, the ones that stuck with me the most, the ones that I said, I'm gonna keep these samples or these 5 mLs, and I'm either going to just keep them on deck, or I'm probably going to be upgrading and buying either a 10 ml or a full-blown bottle, which is 30 mLs. I think I have 9 fragrances to cover today, but what we're going to do is we're going to split it up in a certain type of way. So the first couple of fragrances I talk about will be the ones that I have owned the original, because those are going to be the only ones I'm even going to try or attempt to say are close to the inspiration fragrances. I'm not even going to bother with the other, okay? And the last thing is, in case you haven't figured it out by now, this particular house is known for recreating or making their versions of fragrances that are already on the market, mostly niche fragrances that are very expensive. So if this is your type of vibe and these are the type of things that you're looking for, you've come to the right place. Okay, so the first one on the list is going to be Utopia. Utopia is inspired by Rose Elysium Pour Homme. I've said this in another video of mine. I am an Elysium whore. I love Elysium. I smelled it and I said I have to have it, but when I looked at the price tag, I said maybe not so much right now. But I discovered some of these other houses that recreate them, and I said, well, I want to see how close they get. So when I placed my order, first of all, I only bought 1 full bottle, and that was of Utopia. So this is their 30 milliliter bottle. I bought Utopia. Listen, when it comes to branding, they're lit. It's where it's at. I mean, check out this little bag. It's like a little faux leather bag. It's embossed with their logo on it, and you get this with every single full bottle that you order. I mean, come on, branding is important. Even if it didn't come with this, I would still be pleased, but branding is still important to me. I have my own business, and branding was one of the first things that I looked at. Okay, Utopia. Check this out. Do you see how snug that fit is? You hear that snap? So I love it. And it also has a, don't know if you can see it or not, but it has the branding, the logo on the top. This is nice. As to the fragrance, I would say that this is unisex all the way. Comparing it to Elysium that I have, I'll say it's about 80 to 85%. And the reason I say that is, for me, and this is all subjective to my nose, so for me, with Utopia, it has that little bubblicious bubblegum factor that I don't know what it is, but it has this little bubblegum trait to it before it starts to get to the Elysium nature in the dry down. I have a little bit on my hand. The bubblegum never fully goes away, but it's just something about it that makes me feel that it's not there yet. It's like it's coming up the hill, but it just can't quite get there. But I will tell you that I still love it. I still like it. I would definitely still wear it. I feel like masculine or feminine presenting individuals can still wear this, period. Really quick, the top notes are supposed to be lemon, bergamot, grapefruit, lime, lavender, thyme, artemisia, musk. The heart notes are lily of the valley, May rose, jasmine, apple, and black currant. The base notes are galbanum, pink pepper, cypriol, vetiver, cedarwood, juniper berry, benzoin, vanilla, labdanum, leather, ambergris, and musk. So again, if you've ever smelled Elysium, I think you'll like it, but it's not going to replace what you have in the original, okay? But I still like it, still lovely, still kind of got like a little slight fruity, but not feminine, you know? So definitely a win. I plan to keep this and I plan to wear it. This is pretty much considered to be a spring summer type of scent. I'd say I have to agree with that. I'd say spring summer, or if you're around the house and you're not planning to do much, I'd put it on. Okay, next on the list is Irish Rainfall. So probably can't see it, I don't know, that's okay. I'll of course always include pictures. Irish Rainfall is supposed to be inspired by Creed Green Irish Tweed. Creed Green Irish Tweed was the very first niche fragrance I ever purchased. I love it. I've been wearing it for, I want to say 10-15 years. And this is very close. Very close. It was with this particular fragrance by Genre that I realized that even though it's supposed to be fully macerated when we get them, unlike some other houses, they will flat out tell you you need to let the bottles macerate a little longer, at least give it a week or two, then go back and smell it. Even though these are supposed to be fully macerated, I got a different smell just from receiving it on May 26th and now June 7th. This is more developed to me. So I only say that to say, I'm not saying it hasn't started the maceration process. I'm not saying some of the fragrances have not completed their full potential of maceration. But if you do get some of these fragrances and you don't like it right away, give it at least a week to see if it smells the same. Again, I know, still give it a week before you start the swap trade business, okay? I mean, you know, I want to say self-explanatory, but everybody has not experienced Green Irish Tweed. So let me read you the notes. This is a bright green fragrance, by the way. The top notes are lemon and verbena. The heart notes are iris and violet leaf, and the base notes are mysore, sandalwood, and ambergris. For people kind of like myself who first are kind of just getting into paying attention to notes, like fragrances, but don't really know notes that well. Yeah, this is a bright green, citrusy type of scent. I love it. It's very fresh, you know. They call Green Irish Tweed the king of spring, and that's why. So if you like Green Irish Tweed, I would definitely go for this Irish Rainfall. I do plan to get a bottle. It's close enough for me. If I have to put a percentage, I'm gonna say 90-95%. It's close enough to me that I'm going to buy a full bottle of this and I will stop wearing my GIT. Understand, that's close, for me at least. Okay, on to the next one. This one I do not have the bottle, but all of the 5 milliliter bottles pretty much look the same, and that's Dopamine. So when I first smelled Dopamine, I went into the Facebook group where you order, and I told them, you know, straight up, I like some of these a lot, but Dopamine blew me away. Dopamine is take me to the tropics galore, okay? And the best way that I can describe it is flat out pina colada. You may think it's weird, some people may not want to smell like that, but it is a wearable, deep pina colada. I think it's unisex. Anybody can wear it. It is inspired by Parle-moi de Parfum, Mile High. I've never smelled Mile High, so that's why I say I got those first two out of the way to do any type of comparison. But this, it's definitely a banger. I love it. It is said to be worn best in fall, winter, spring. I can definitely see that. Even though it's tropical, it's still kind of deep and rich, and it will overpower you a little bit depending on when you're wearing it, and probably in the sun it might. But I'm the type of person, I wear what I want when I feel like it and when my spirit moves me to pull it off the shelf. However, there are some scents I think that are best worn or received during certain seasons. Okay, the notes for this are immortelle, tonka bean, patchouli, and pineapple. I mean, it was nostalgic from the beginning. My mother used to put these little pina colada, these little cans of car scents in her car back in the day, in the white Volvo. And I must say, that's what it immediately reminded me of, but it was not off-putting. So if you like that pineapple, coconut kind of vibe, dopamine. Okay. Next, we have Essence. Essence is an original creation by Genre. And when you get the original creations, their labels are a little bit different. I don't know if you all will be able to see that or not, but that's okay. I'll probably post some pictures of these. Essence reminds me of, now bear with me, don't judge me. It's sweet and rich, but it still has depth. But if you've ever eaten those the purple pack of Skittles, that is what Essence smells like to me. But to me, it's still very much so unisex. Men and women can rock this. I like it a lot. And I actually put this on last night before I went to bed. I've tried to do that with everything that I'm presenting today. I've worn them in the daytime for skin tests, but I've also put them on at night because I get hot at night. So I want to see how long they're going to last. Am I going to smell anything in the morning, pretty much? And we'll get to the longevity at the end of this video. But that is what Essence gives me. A lot of the women in the Facebook group love Essence. They go up for it, but the men do as well. So if you like a nice candy type sweet scent, Essence is the one. It's the one, period. I'm gonna say period a lot. Really quick, the top notes of Essence are mandarin, bergamot, raspberry. The heart notes are jasmine, rose, caramel, accord. And the base notes are saffron, sandalwood, benzoin, and vanilla. You may not have an idea of what any of those smell like other than vanilla, caramel, raspberry, who knows. But I think Essence is worth at least a 5 ml for anybody to try when you're first experiencing this house. Okay, next we have Waves. This is a 10 milliliter bottle of Waves, okay? Wave just blew me away. Waves just spoke to my spirit, okay? And I mean that in every, sense of the word. But when I describe what Waves smells like to me, you're gonna be like, there's no way I'm gonna smell like that. So Waves is a serious freshy scent. It's the fresh you never knew you needed. And when I first smelled it, I said, this gives me, just let me explain, a laundry detergent fabuloso level of spring fresh. It did, but in a nice cologne type of way. To me, it's not overpowering at all. I love the smell of this. And what's funny is, I started out with a 5 ml of Waves. People were going crazy over dopamine. I was going crazy over Waves because I can wear it right now. And I have been wanting to wear it, and I wore it a couple of times already. And somebody was trying to trade their 10 ml of Waves, and I offered them up my dopamine because that's what they were trying to find. So I put a couple of 5 mLs, one that I wasn't necessarily too fond of, together with my dopamine. I sacrificed my 5 ml of dopamine just to get a 10 ml of Waves. Okay, it's that serious to me. This is inspired by MFK gentle fluidity silver. So that comes in gold and silver. That's the Maison Francis Curtijan gentle fluidity silver. This is classified as a spring/summer fragrance, and the notes are juniper berry, nutmeg, coriander, musks, ambery, woods, and vanilla. I love the smell of Waves. I'm definitely a Waves fan, and I will be getting a bottle of this. If I don't get a full bottle of anything else, this is number 1 on the list. I might even get 2 bottles. And it smelled fresh, great, and wearable from day one. So like I said, some you may feel like you want to let them sit about a week to see if you really like it or if it really works for you. I think that's warranted. But Waves, I knew when I first smelled it, it was gonna be lit. Okay, so Waves, absolutely. The next one is 337. no really point in showing you these because they all look the exact same. They just have a different name on the bottle, but all of it, the labels and everything look the same. To me, this is unisex, and this is inspired by Bond Number 9 Lafayette Street. This is slated to work for all seasons. The notes are bergamot, coriander, floral notes, ambroxan, apple, vanilla, dry wood, tonka bean, and ambergris. The notes that I put for this is unisex, sophistication, work scent, everyday scent, signature scent. This is something you just pull off the shelf and go. That's the most I can really give you. It smells a little luxurious to me. I may have smelled Bond Number 9 Lafayette Street a very, very long time ago. I have no idea what it smells like as far as memory. I do not remember, but I like this. This will definitely be a full bottle as well, because it just works. And there's another scent also that I would put in the same category, and that's Andale. Andale is, to me, your unisex, sophisticated work type of scent as well. And so these two got put in this category. And this is a freshie. This one, a little more depth, a little more cologne, a little more, you know. But this has a very nice, fresh scent to it, the Andale. The Andale is inspired by Xerjoff's Commandante. I've never smelled that either. It is classified as a fall, winter, spring fragrance. I'm gonna wear this year round once we start going back to work because I'm still working from home. But both of these, to me, are straight up pull it off the shelf and goes. So Andale and 337 are going to be those out of this lot for me. And they were ready to go when I first smelled them as well. No necessary maceration for me. So these two, I would get them based on principle, okay? Next we have MMX Straight. I also don't have MMX Straight. I actually bought that in the 10 ml size, but MMX Straight is inspired by MFK Baccarat Rouge 540 X Straight. They have another one called something molasses, but modern molasses, I believe. I wanted the MMX Straight because I wanted the X Straight recreation or inspired fragrance. I do not own the original fragrance, but I do also have another inspired scent from Dua. You know, I'm not gonna get too much into that. So I have an idea of what it's supposed to smell like, and to be quite honest, they smell very similar. So I think they're probably both spot on. The only thing that I noticed about this one is it kind of has a little alcoholic tinge when you first spray it, but after about 5 minutes or so, that goes away, and you're getting your warm, burnt, kind of cotton candy-ish type of scent. So if you're a fan of Baccarat Rouge 540 X Straight, you're definitely going to like MMX Straight from this house as well. So that's something I'll probably always at least keep a 10 ml of that, the size of this. Waves is getting a full bottle, but MMX Straight, I would probably keep this around and use it as my carrier spray, because I also layer a lot with the Baccarat Rouge 540 X Straight inspired fragrances. I do layering when I wear my fragrances, but that is one that I found that gives me the vibe that I'm used to layering with. It may not have been that particular fragrance, but I do tend to layer with that nice kind of sweet undertone, and it makes my scent unique. So people always ask me what I'm wearing, and they can't really duplicate it or replicate it because I'm not usually wearing one fragrance. Okay, so the last fragrance on the list that we're going to take a look at is called Refuge. Refuge is inspired by Parfums de Marly Layton. I've never smelled the original Layton, so I can't do any type of comparison, as with many other fragrances we've talked about today. It's classified as a fall, winter, and spring fragrance, but I'm here to tell you I'm going to wear it year round. This is what it is. And this is also one of the fragrances that I tend to layer with the MMX Straight type of DNA, you know, what have you. So I think it's unisex. I think anybody can rock this. Again, pretty much all of these that I've presented are unisex to me, even though I do wear more masculine, marketed fragrances, I still think you could pull this off. Now, I got a slightly fresh yet herbal type of vibe from it, but here are the notes. The top notes are mandarin, apple, lavender. Heart notes are violet, jasmine, geranium. And the base notes are guaiac wood, patchouli, sandalwood, cardamom, vanilla, and pepper. And I do get that kind of peppery feel from it, spicy a little bit, but it still has that kind of vanilla and the fruity sense. But it's another one of those that if you've never experienced Layton before or one of these fragrances, it might be a little bit harder to describe, but this is a grab and go kind of fragrance. This is definitely one of the ones where I didn't think I would like it at first. Came back to it about 3 or 4 days later. I was down for the journey, you hear me? So I would recommend grabbing this too, especially in one of the 5 mLs. You can't go wrong. If you don't like it, trade it, sell it, give it away, whatever it might be. But this is something I would definitely advise or at least recommend those who like fragrances to give a try. Now, my overall take on the experience. Okay, so let's talk about a con or the cons first. The first one is the ordering. While some people like that adrenaline rush of knowing that a ordering window is about to take place and you can place your order and the excitement around it, nothing is going to beat being able to say, hey, I want to try these out, go to a website, put them in your cart, and just buy them. Nothing is going to beat that. We like instant gratification in our society, so you see something you want to buy it, you want to have it within 4 to 5 business days. So that is not how it works with Genre Parfums. I would highly recommend, if you think you are even the slight bit of interested in anything that I've talked about today, that you immediately go on the Facebook on Facebook to the Facebook group, Genre Parfums Neighborhood, so you can have the opportunity to order. If you don't do that, you can't order. As of right now, the website is coming. I don't know exactly when, but I think it's coming really soon. When you go on to the group, search for the questions that you have before you start asking, because it's been answered 50 million times. And the process is pretty much, you go in, you fill out a contact form so that you can be alerted via email when the ordering period or window will open up. Then you're going to go to a Google Drive link. One of those links is going to have your order form when it's live, and it's also going to have the list and pricing and notes of all of the fragrances that they offer, including their original creations. You need to study that list. You need to write down what you want. I created an Excel spreadsheet so that I was ready to go when ordering started. But that's a whole lot that you have to do just to order some fragrances. So that's going to be a con. The other con is going to be, I like the packaging. I like, the atomizers, but I don't know if you're going to be able to notice this or not, but there's usually some spillage when I open this up. You see the little, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but they're like some little beads of the perfume oils, and I don't like that. It doesn't ever leak down the bottle, and I think it might have something to do with the top possibly not fitting correctly, so it's pushing down on it and it's actually spraying it when you recap it. I can't say for sure that's what it is, but I always get some beading whenever I open one of these up, and I don't like that. That's probably the only cons that I have, to be honest. The ordering process and a little bit of leakage in the top, but it doesn't go down the bottle. Now for the pros. Big pro, quality. From the quality of what you're getting in each vial, as far as how it's blended, longevity, projection, all those things, you cannot beat this price at all. You're getting way too much bang for your buck. I said it. So you're getting high quality oils and everything else and ingredients in these vials. The second thing is going to be the price. You can't beat the price. One 5 ml is only $4. If it's an original creation, those 5 mLs are $7. So let me just give you a full scale kind of overview of the pricing. So if it's an inspiration fragrance, meaning it's I don't like to use dupe or clone, but if it's an inspired fragrance, the 5 mLs are $4. A 10 ml, which is this one, this size is $10, but if you buy 10 of those, you get if you buy 3 of those, you get 3 for $25. And the 30 ml bottle that I have shown you before, that's only $25. Where are you going to get this? Where else are you getting this? Great fragrances, great quality branding, all of that kind of stuff for $25, 30 mls for $25. You don't need a coupon with this. You won't get one, but you just don't need a coupon. That's the bottom line. When it comes to their original creations, the 5 mls are $7, which is the same size as this. The 15 mls, they don't come in 10, but they come in 15 mls for the original creations. Those are $20, and it comes in a 50 ml for $50. Still, the price point per ml for Eau de Parfum. You're not gonna find this anywhere. You can just keep them, and you just got this. This is also a great gift. And the last pro to this is the quality that has been taken into the packaging. Now, typically you're only gonna have maybe 3 or 4 of these 5 mls inside of a plastic bag, and inside that plastic bag, then they put that plastic bag into one of these. That's what I'm saying. Like, quality of the branding. Branding means a lot. People may not think that, but branding means a lot. And sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice some branding to not pass that overhead and to not pass those costs over to your customers. They've spared no expense when it comes to the branding. And when you get your 30 ml bottles, they're going to come in one of these nice little kind of like faux baggies here. You can't beat that either. It's nice. Has the embossing on it. Can you all see that? Embossing. I just, this is bonus. These are bonus things. These are little things that I'm not going to nitpick about, no matter who the house is. If they're giving me quality juice for a reasonable price, and half of them, the price is good considering the niche prices, but it's nothing compared to this brand. I am a fan. I am a forever customer after this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comment section. If you ordered from Genre before, go ahead and express how you feel about their fragrances. If you enjoyed this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. That way you can be notified, especially if you hit the bell, whenever I come up with a new video to talk about. And I have some more fragrance reviews on the way, as well as some other content, so stay informed. I've enjoyed you guys. I hope you've enjoyed me, and I'll holler at you later.